The story of the Range Rover began almost 50 years ago with this, the first generation Range Rover. Since then, the Range Rover nameplate has become synonymous with luxury and all-road capability, which was then built upon from the first into the second generation, where we saw the evolution of the Range Rover from what we saw before into the modern age, again embodying that all-purpose capability. However, it was at this point that Land Rover decided that it is time to bring the Range Rover into the modern age and provide even more luxury, personalization, and individualization, which was realized with the L322 Range Rover. This was where the Range Rover truly became an icon and a success statement for many, especially in this beautiful white. And that reputation was then cemented with the L405. Which was the first time we saw the Range Rover available as a long wheelbase model to truly rival luxury cars and luxury limousines. Like this model here, done up in all black for that murdered out look, ever so popular with Range Rover customers. And to meet the demands of modern customers who want a car that is more expressive, more indulgent, and more luxurious while being more conscious of the environment and the visual impact of their cars, that leads us to this, the new 5th generation Range Rover. And before we take a very quick walk around, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified every time we make a new upload. But for now, the Range Rover. The new generation Range Rover is very much a vehicle of today, and that is evident with its design. While it is still unmistakably a Range Rover, Land Rover worked very hard to bring this car up to date while making it more sleek, more modern, and more reductive. As a result, the new Range Rover claims an aerodynamic efficiency of just 0.30 CD, making it one of the most aerodynamic Range Rovers in history. But despite that, it is not reduction for reduction's sake. You still have the very strong shoulder line, now enhanced by the gutterless system here, which allows the windows to meet the shoulder line seamlessly. You also see the reimagination of the side trim here to again break up the visual mass of the Range Rover, which still looks as beautiful as ever. And now with this generation Range Rover, we also get the flush door handles that were first seen in the Velar and now integrated onto the proper Range Rover. Now this particular car rides on 22-inch alloy wheels, although we're made to understand that you can get them in 20 or 23 inches as well. And at the rear is where you see the real hat trick, which are the hidden until lit taillight system. When the vehicle is off, this will fade to black, making this a seamless integration into this lovely piano black panel here, which houses the Range Rover logo. Now, being a Range Rover, a luxury SUV, it still means that utility is very important, which is why behind the tailgate you will find an enormous amount of space, certainly more than enough for a family's adventure. And of course, you can fold these seats down electronically, at which point they will sit flat, or you can of course bring them up at any time. And naturally, the Range Rover comes with the split tailgate, a hallmark of the Range Rover for various generations now, and now entirely power operated. Now, these innovations and changes and updates continue on the inside. Inside, the Range Rover has undergone the same evolution, now integrating more technology than before, but in a more elegant, minimalist fashion. As a result, the infotainment system is now a 13.7-inch PV Pro, which is Land Rover's award-winning infotainment system. Land Rover says that this UX was designed in such a way that it should be very easy for people to navigate, as its usability is very similar to what you get from a smartphone, which I certainly appreciate. Now, this beautiful curved display is not the only screen in here. There's also a 13.1-inch infotainment screen up ahead of you to display your instrumentation. Very pretty. And no doubt this is one of the crispest, most graphically dense systems I've ever seen, and they display beautifully. But because this is a Range Rover, they do understand that integrating all the systems into a screen would not necessarily be useful for customers who will take their vehicles off-road. As a result, you still maintain physical knobs for your air conditioning as well as your terrain response 2 system, which means that you'll be able to adjust very important settings while wearing gloves, for example, and enjoy that tactility. However, to ensure that that experience continues into the electronics, this is Land Rover's first touchscreen system with haptic feedback, which, as we're made to understand, makes it a very pleasing system to use indeed. Now, the Range Rover is more than a family car. This is meant to be considered as a luxury limousine. And as a result, the accommodations back here are rather plush. I have plenty of legroom and plenty of headroom now that this model runs on the MLA Flex platform, which allows for greater space within. Accoutrements back here are also pretty good. I have dual zone climate control with vents not only in the center but also up here on the roof to ensure that I am kept cool. These seats are electrically adjustable, so I can adjust by reclined angle. The headrests on this car are incredibly comfortable. It comes as standard with the Meridian signature audio system, which we're made to understand is excellent when you're on the move, and you can spec the rear entertainment package, which will give you 2 curved touchscreen displays back here with various connectivity options, including screen mirroring should you want to indulge in a movie while you're on the road. The Range Rover is certainly more than a luxury SUV. This is now a luxury SUV limousine, perhaps another segment pioneered by the Range Rover. The new 5th generation Range Rover sets new standards in terms of luxury, technology, connectivity and opulence, and as a result the price has also increased to match. Prices for the new 5th generation Range Rover are expected to start at 2.488 million ringgit with duties and excise paid. However, Jaguar Land Rover Malaysia informs us that there are quite a number of orders for this car dating all the way back to Q4 2021. So as you can imagine, there are plenty of people waiting for this car. Deliveries for the first batch are expected to begin tomorrow, with further models coming towards the second half of the year. What do you think about the new Range Rover? Let us know in the comment section below. Do you believe that everything Land Rover is saying about the new Range Rover is to be believed, or should we take one of these out on test to see if it lives up to the hype? Again, let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care and stay safe.